Alright, to start off, we will use copy paper. I could walk you through the process, how I got the shapes I need. Like I said, it's a regular standard US copy paper. So first what we're going to want to do is fold down here, make a triangle like this, and then just snip away the excess with scissors. Now I don't have those at my disposal at this moment, so I'll just do a hand cut. I guess this solves once again two purposes, is to, I'll show you how to cut with your hands. So just fold along here, that way it matches this line. Okay? This is how I do it. There are a couple slightly variated methods of doing this, but this is just how I do it. Okay? Fold it backward on the crease. Like that. Like that. Okay. Sorry for that pause. Alright. Not sure if you could tell it even happened. Alright, so now that we have our square, told you we turned into fourths. So I just go halfway, then do the other side, and then go the other halfway mark. Now notice how it's not completely perfect. There's a slight bit of extra on this second layer, but that doesn't matter. It's incredibly minute and small. Alright? Once again. Now this video might be a bit long, but it's only to go into detail on all the steps. I might do a speed run video of how to do it in a quick time. Right, now we're going to do what we did to remove the excess with your hands, or you could use scissors if you have them at your disposal, unlike me. We're going to strengthen those folds, those creases. You can make two soldiers out of this, depending on what size you want them. If you want them as big as, like, say, your index finger, then we can make two. But if you want it to be about, I'd say, yay tall, you can use two regular square sheets. Whatever size, doesn't matter. I'm just showing you how I got to mine, just to be helpful. Alright, now we're going to put this away, because we're not making two in one video. I'm only showing you how to make it. Alright, so, now, like I said, the crane, the first couple folds, if not several, folds for making the paper crane is the basis of how we're going to make both of these modular pieces, the upper body and the lower body. Alright, now flip it over, and now we're going to make a cross. So on that other side we did a X, and now we're doing a cross pattern here. Hope that's in good lighting so you can see that. Okay, so if we did it like this, we could do a water bomb and several others like that, but we're going to flip it over and do it like this. So then you have this diamond shape. Alright? So, now I'm going to show you how I do this. Now, personally, I don't really need to do the folds to, like in the most crane videos, to do the pedal fold. I believe that's what it was called. I can just do them now because I've honed my folding technique, especially with the crane design. So, like that. I'll show you how to do the more traditional and easier way, just in case some of you are a little less sorry, oh, got stuck on my tongue. In case some of you are a little less experienced at some others, or this is one of your first projects, or you a bit new to origami, make these folds at this opening point. So fold these down. Actually, I should have used bigger sheets to help make it easier to see, but I guess I got luck with what I've done. So make these folds to the center crease line that will be a bit visible. There's here, like that. Fold this down. That's optional to help make that mark see where to fold. Pull this up, this part of it up to about this line right here. Okay. Now these creases will follow naturally the way they're supposed to fold inwards like this. It's these two inside upper folds here that you need to reverse the crease of. So, there you have it. Fold it down, fold it up. Alright. Now this is about the point where we stop following the crane rules and we modify it to what we need. So, we have the two legs, and we have these. So what we're going to do is fold, instead of like this, like with the crane, we're going to fold this little point, this tip, to about this center point, where this can't go any farther. At that center point, right there, I hope you can see good. Right there, we're going to do that with all four ends. So do it here as well, and then flip it over. I apologize for if there's any background noise. Alright. So, we should have this now. It's slimmer. So, I've removed a couple pieces here. No bad comments about that, mature audience, okay? So, I've removed some bits here so you can see a little better what I was talking about. So, we're doing the legs. So what we're going to do is, yeah, like I said, apologize for background noise. Fold it like this. And about, see these pointed, slight pointed edges right here. You're going to want to make a fold on those. On both ends, if you so wish. So, there we go. So on this one, what we're gonna do is re-fold it back into this position. So we were like this, but now we're refolding it back to like this. So what we're gonna do is basically, on each leg, hold right here at about where the line is, and then make sure this is a bit open, and kind of just, how to demonstrate, hold on, like, find a good way to do this, kind of like this. But we're gonna try to, like, how to explain it. I guess just best way to do it is to show you, to do it like this. So it's kind of like an inside fold right there. So where this line is that we just made, we're gonna fold to about here and fold right there. That way we have kind of like this little angle that can be adjusted for your feet. Okay, now open it up and fold this down to right here. See these lines? Not sure how well you can see that, but there's about a line at each end right here. You're gonna kind of make a fold to make a line. So for those of you who have practiced this, and those of you that most likely won't need to do this, then you don't need to, but this is for more of the beginner type, so then they can visually see a line. Once you've done origami for a while, you can see it in your head, though, sort of. Right, now we're going to fold this tip down to that middle, but only to about that line. Now, we're going to fold it in about there. Now, you can adjust this to adjust the length of your little soldier's feet or person. Now, that's where we do the inside reverse fold. Alright, there we go. Now, we will have something like this. Let me make sure it's in shot. Alright, now we're going to unfold it like that, and then fold right here. We're going to pull these little edges, try to keep it in camera view, these little edges to the center at a slight bit of an angle. At least that's what it will look like when it's folded. So, try to get up here that way I can make sure you guys are seeing this good. Yeah, it seems to be captured fairly well. Alright, now what we're going to do is fold this inwards, right there. That way, now this is adjustable. Alright, sorry for that quick pause. Alright, so, getting back to it. Now you'll kind of have the small foot. You can increase the length if you want by where you choose to do that inside reverse fold. And you can also increase the thickness of the shoe by decreasing how much it goes towards the center. So that's an option you can keep in mind. Now we're just going to do the same for the other end. This time I can speed up a little. So we have that fold right here. Alright. Fold kind of like this. Something like that. Fold it back like this. Open that up. Fold a line, which is optional. Fold here. I open this up a bit, that way you can see a little better, and it also makes it a little easier when you're doing that inside reverse fold. Alright, now close that up. Do these folds to the inside. You make the shoe. Alright, now we are going to close it up. There you go. This shoe is slightly longer than the other, but I'm not going to adjust that at the moment. Okay, now we are going to kind of take it around, and you can choose whichever side, doesn't matter. We're just going to we're going to pull one of these flaps down as far as it can go, like with a crane wing, and then you can see this little diamond. Now for beginners, you can fold this diamond in half to see the line, but you know, with your mind, you can kind of undo the fold and then adjust where the line of the fold will be to that line. So, about right there. In comparison to fully, we're going to do it right there. That way there's a little bit more length, and it hides this a little better. Okay. Now this part is what you see here, which I'll show you in a moment. Now the purpose of this here, I'll show you why it exists, the way we do it. We pull this down all the way. With this one we do it all the way. Okay, now let's fold this in half. You'll see that the legs like to divide. Now for some people that might be okay. You can easily fold this away if you don't mind that. But I prefer my legs to be a little bit more close together and straighter. In order to do that though, you need to pin the legs together. So, what I did was just that. So you basically, now that we have fold down to here, grab these and slightly squeeze inwards while you do like this. Pull it up at an angle. So, you should have something like that. Open it up. It was folded fully down to here. We basically just slowly went like this. Alright, so now those creases have been made. We slightly open it, and then we will fold inwards on them to thin this out, because I ended up having to do that in order to get it to fit in one of the legs. My apologies for taking out camera. I'm just trying to manage it here in the best way I can and then bring it back to you. Okay, there we go. So now it will be thinner. Now comes the part where we need to bring it in. Now choose either leg to tuck it into, either left or right, it really doesn't matter. I choose the left. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up the cape, or whatever it is, piece of clothing, and fold this to the left or right, depends. And then we're going to tuck it into the cape. So around inside the cape like this. So you take it and put it inside the cape, either side. Pull the cape down, fold it around. You can adjust how much this does, what it does. But I'm going to do it a little more, which might require inside reverse fold. If you find it a little difficult to adjust it, just inside reverse fold a little bit of it, and now that should make it a lot easier to adjust how much it goes in there. Close it back up, turn it around. I just use my nail to kind of push on that thick bulk right there to make it a little flatter, a little bit more natural, I guess. Okay, and now the legs are much closer together, as you'll see. Alright, and then we have this small tip. Now we're going to do the upper body. So, let's get to doing that. Like I said, now this video will be probably 20 plus or 30 minutes long, but I promise you this can be done actually relatively fast. Why it's taking so much time is because I'm not only doing a tutorial, but also I have to show you guys, or at least to the best of my ability. Take it a little slow, that way you guys can see all of the folds in detail. Hopefully I'm doing a good job at that. Now this is a first origami video I've done on this channel. I had some a while ago, but I deleted them because I was being judgy of myself and didn't think I was doing good. And who knows, I might not be doing good now. But I'm trying here. Like I said, this is a original design. I made this on my own. One-hit wonder with folding, but I just couldn't find anything good out there. Alright. Get that diamond shape. I'll speed up a little bit now in my folding, not the video, but me, in order to kind of not take up as much of your time. We're going to fold like we did the first time, all the way up until I'll show you what I stop at. So speed fold a bit. It might not be as much in the side of the camera as I normally have it, but that's because having it in the view of the camera isn't as necessary when we're just repeating folds that you guys already know from the first one. So you just, it also helps the time. So then once I get to what point I can show you to stop at. Alright. Now we fold these little pointed ends inwards towards the center at the legs like we talked about at about that point. Alright, so that's where we're going to stop. Right now we're going to make the upper body. So one would think that these are the arms because they're the split, kind of like legs, but these right here, these flaps, which would be the wings on the crane, are actually the arms. So I'll show you how that works. We fold it all the way down, and down on this side as well. Oh, what was that? Sounded like thunderstrike or something. Alright, fold it all the way down to here, and then fold it in half, or well, morely like, yeah, just like this. So you could see the legs split here, but they can no longer split once you fold like this. Now what we're going to do is pull each one up to make the arms. There we go. You can see that right? Alright. Now, optional, you can choose to fold these in to help them look more like hands. Remove those bumps. That could be like kind of like an elbow point. So in this design, there are several options for the legs and arms and things like that. And after the figure model is done, you can do a lot with it. Like make little paper guns, which I might do a video on. Okay. So with this, just choose either one side. It really doesn't matter. Fold it up as far as it'll go for you beginners to make a crease. And then fold the point to the center line and at the crease, which also just so happens to match to these internal lines. Okay, and then we're going to inside reverse fold that. So, pull it up here, get it open so you can see a little better. Alright, we're going to force that in, and then close it up, like that. Okay, now we need to choose for the head. So for the head, we're gonna go ahead and fold this roughly. Now this was actually a lot of trial and error. We're gonna fold to these lines, or in half, like we did on the other. Then we're gonna fold it in half again. And this can be the line, but with a little bit of adjustment, you can refine it a bit. This is the head. We'll get inside reverse fold this new smaller crease that we just made that goes to here. So basically, if you want a shortcut, you could just fold the tip to the beginning line of this part of the body. And then that line will be inside reverse folded. Flip it back over. We pull this up and over and adjust it as we need. So we curve it that way and curve this a little. That way we can slip this part of the head into kind of like right here in this super small pocket. Hope you can see that. Yeah, there's a small pocket here. So gonna try to line that up right. It takes a little bit of trial and error. It does, I won't lie. But there is getting the hang of it. You know, getting a feel for it. Okay. Once you can get as much on that as you can, you should have something like that. We're going to fold each one of these tips in a little. You can optimize that as well. Do some additional folds around the head to make it look a little bit more humanoid. So, there we go. Now we're going to flip this over and you'll see this. Okay. In order to make this fit into the legs, we do need to adjust the size a little, so we're going to fold. It's not really any real good way to give directions on this. Morely, I guess, just fold this little tip towards the center, but at an angle, so then it makes a whole crease along this entire body. So, like this. I cut this in half here, that way you can see. This is the camera to focus. This is the center line. We're going to be folding the tip, this tip, towards the center, but at an angle. I'm trying to get the camera to focus. I hate it when the camera doesn't focus. There we go. At an angle. See? Okay. Here we go. Now, what we're gonna do is fold like this. Fold the body downwards. like this. Oh, my head came undone a little. I'll put that back in. I do that later, but I'll just do it now real quick to get out of the way. Alright. So we're gonna fold this back a little. We're gonna do the rabbit ear fold. That way we can do this. This is the magic seam. Now you can adjust these corners to make it look more humanoid, I guess. Another optional thing. I like to have plenty of options. Now this slight V shape that you see here will be what fits in. I'll show you. Alright, now grab your body, or your lower body. Slightly unfold this part that, well, whichever leg didn't have this fold tucked into it. That'll help you to kind of pull this back so you can see down into there. Hope you can see that. There's a gap there. And this body will basically slip into there like that, and then the folds will contour, and then it will kind of fit like all just together and hold itself in place. You can adjust it a little if you wish. Get that head back in. There are a couple more efficient ways to lock in the head a little more if you so wish. So now with the legs, there's a little bit of tinkering to get them to stand just right. But with a little practice you can do it. You can also, I love this about my gloating about my own design. I love this about my design where you can position the legs in certain ways to give a lifelike effect. You know, fold, give these a slight curl and a whatnot, just very simple small folds to give it a little bit more life. And it should be able to stand if you adjust it right. It just takes a little bit of a, like I said, trial and error. You have to experiment with flattening the legs a little, but it should be able to stand. And that is the Origami Soldier original design. Like I said, you can adjust it a bit. And if you don't want the arms to be so pointy, you could just inside reverse fold a small segment of them, like say this. Doesn't need proper measurements, you could just adjust it to your desire. So yeah, you could make little guns. I might feature, if you guys want, I can feature videos on custom weaponry, simple origami, whether it be modular or single fold origami, little weapon attachments for these little dudes. I might do another video on a design very similar to this if I find a couple ways to modify it to help make it look more humanoid and hopefully get rid of that. If you feel like it, if you're feeling froggy, you could just tape that and inside reverse fold this enough times so it's hidden between the legs. Anyway, so yeah, there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I might have to upload this video in parts if YouTube doesn't support the amount of size. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed. Scruffy out. Peace.